million customers, one major hack, so many unanswered questions. The communications firm TalkTalk said today it had received a ransom demand after suffering what it called a significant and sustained cyber attack, which may have compromised the personal financial information of its clients. A police investigation has been launched, and the company says it's doing all it can to put things right, but it's clear that it still doesn't know exactly how much has gone wrong. Our technology reporter Jeff White has this.
TalkTalk spends millions on TV sponsorship.
TalkTalk TV sponsors The X Factor.
But news today of its massive data leak has left some customers wondering if the cash wouldn't have been better spent on computer security. Here's what was stolen: up to 4 million people's details, although the company still doesn't know the total. Names, addresses, dates of birth, email addresses and phone numbers, bank and credit card details. The company also can't say whether they were encrypted or not. TalkTalk today confirmed it's received a ransom demand in connection with the cyber attack, and this was posted online. Customer details, allegedly from the hack. We've confirmed some on this list are TalkTalk customers, but we can't say it's definitely from this week's hack. It could have come from one of the 2 other cyber attacks TalkTalk suffered this year. Another day, another big company hacked for millions of customers' personal details. You've heard headlines like this before, and you're probably thinking, what's the harm? If so, listen to this.
You're basically mugged in your own home. It's like you open the front door and hand them the keys and say, help yourself, while I sit here and watch.
Tamsin says her data was leaked in a previous TalkTalk hack. She was then phoned by some very, very sophisticated scammers.
They showed me all kinds of stuff on the computer. Oh, Madden, it's lucky that we got hold of you, because the computer is a couple of days away from blowing up, basically. So they're spending like an hour grooming you, talking to you, befriending you. They're on your side, they're helping you out.
They weren't. They tricked their way into her bank account, made her think they'd overpaid her some money, and then conned her into withdrawing it and posting it to them.
The cunning part of the plan was they got me to take the money out of the bank myself and pass it on, so it doesn't count as a cybercrime. So I lost £5,200. I might as well have driven a car off the end of the pier.
TalkTalk gave Tamsin the compensation the Ombudsman demanded. She says it's not enough. If you're a TalkTalk customer, keep checking your bank accounts, change your passwords, be on the lookout for spam emails. All good advice, but in a competitive market like telecoms, distrustful customers and investors don't stick around.
So there may be a potential loss of subscribers, and then there's a lack of confidence in investing in that company. The share price, if you look at the share price, I believe it has gone down, which is not surprising. It's really a sort of a damage limitation exercise. The horse has bolted out of the barn door. It's a bit too late. You've got to work in minutes and seconds these days.
The National Cybercrime Unit is now on the case, as is the Data Protection Watchdog. But big questions remain. How many people are affected? What information was stolen? Many customers feel TalkTalk just isn't talking enough.
Well, Dido Harding, the Chief Executive of TalkTalk, joins me now. Baroness Harding, let's start with one of those big questions that Jeff ended his report with. Are you any clearer about knowing the worst-case scenario about how many customers may have had their bank details stolen?
Well, I know the worst-case scenario, which is what we decided to tell our customers last night, which is
a 4 million.
The worst-case scenario is that all our customers' details have been stolen. I don't know yet whether that is the case, but we made the decision yesterday to take what is a very big brand risk in this communication, and you are all rightly accusing us of not having enough detail.
But why don't you know that detail?
Because I have to go through rather the world-class external experts who are working through what this crime has done, haven't yet been able to complete the review of the millions of lines of data and millions of databases to tell me precisely what has been stolen.
But this is the third. Okay.
My judgment was that it was better to warn all my customers early than to wait what could still be several days to be able to confirm exactly who's been affected and what has been stolen.
Right, but if you had encrypted all of that financial data, as it is good practice in the industry to do, you would be able to say with confidence that customers' detail was safe.
The problem is that today I can't give you that assurance. I'm not saying that the information wasn't encrypted, but I can't honestly, hand on heart, say that it definitely was.
But you admitted that bank details weren't encrypted.
No, I just said I cannot be certain that bank details were encrypted.
Why not, though? And that's good practice across the industry.
I understand that, but there are literally hundreds of databases, and I think it would be inappropriate for me to give that assurance unless I had a cast iron certainty. Now, once I know for sure, of course we will tell our customers. And what we're working on is, let's assume the worst case and do everything that we Talk can to protect our customers given the worst case.
Okay, but this is the third cyber attack you've had this year. Wouldn't it have been wise to tighten up those systems so that all those details were encrypted?
We have absolutely been tightening up our systems. We spent a significant amount of money over the course of the last year improving our cybersecurity.
Not enough, though, clearly.
Well, in retrospect, absolutely, I'd be the first to admit that, as I suspect every single chief executive of every business would say today that they're not spending enough money on cybersecurity.
So you saw Tamsin in our piece there, who you believe she lost £5,200, and you covered that. Will you cover any financial losses that customers face?
Well, I should firstly say I'm sorry to Tamsin and every other customer who has or may be affected by these crimes. Clearly, I totally understand the frustration, the worry, the concern that this will be causing a lot of people. It's too early for me to talk about compensation because I don't know precisely who's been affected or in what way. But the whole purpose of this communication that I'm engaged in with all the national media today is to make sure that customers know that we really are committed to doing what's right for them.
Well, doing what's right. If customers have lost money because of a hack that you've been subjected to, it's not the customer's fault, is it? They should have the confidence that they will have that money returned to them.
We have to look at things case by case, and I do need to have the facts before I can make just a broad commitment like that.
But a lot of customers will be seriously out of pocket.
We need to understand precisely what information has been stolen for precisely which customers, and make sure that we do our utmost to protect them first. I absolutely agree that TalkTalk needs to look after our customers. We're doing that. It is just simply too early. And I know a lot of people today have accused me of not speaking early enough. But actually, because we're speaking so early, I don't have the details. You can't have it both ways.
Okay.
Either I wait to have all the details, in which case you rightly accuse me of being too slow,
Okay, but
or I speak early and I don't have the details.
If customers listen to this, think they might have lost thousands of pounds, they won't necessarily get that money back from you. They'd be quite entitled to cancel their contracts with you, wouldn't
What
they?
we've committed to today is we've bought 4 million annual subscriptions to a credit monitoring service called Noddle.
That's just a fig leaf, though.
No,
I mean,
it
people are
isn't.
losing thousands.
No,
Tam's in there, so she might as well have driven a car off a cliff.
The important thing is for our customers today is that I don't want them to lose any of that money. I want to make sure that we protect them. So if these criminals, I would emphasise, this is a criminal attack, criminal investigation launched by the Metropolitan Police yesterday. If customers' data has been stolen, the most likely thing criminals will do is, just because you've got your bank details, the criminal can't just go to the bank and take the money. Instead, they're more likely to try and scam you, as we've just heard, which is tragic and horrifying, I know, or impersonate you.
Did you receive that ransom email before the cyber attack?
No. I received the email while I was on an incident call with my technology team and experts, trying to understand what was happening, because our website was running slow and our email system was running slow.
Are you any clearer about the identity of the attacker?
At that point, I'm afraid we alerted the authorities, the police and the security services, and I leave that to absolutely the professionals.
Would you admit that the TalkTalk brand has been seriously damaged by this?
Well, clearly this is not good for my business, my customers, or my people. But I think in the end, the way that our customers will judge us is how we look after them going forward, which is why we're spending so much time on programs like this, answering challenging questions and trying to put our customers first.
Baroness Harding, thank you very much for taking the time to come in. Thank you.